Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into All Eyes on Cleveland on the Browns Film Breakdown YouTube network. My name is Brad Ward. The man next to me is the one and only KInnamon. What is going on, big case? Dog, we did it. We did it.
We did do it. Man, I don't know,
I
just
don't know if
enjoying
I did
everything.
it. If we did it, I do have an alibi. I was there, but I do have an
Yeah,
alibi.
yeah, yeah. Well,
And
your alibi kind of fell apart on you when you and Jacob went missing together simultaneously, but that's besides the point because we ended where we wanted to end. The thing happened. We're celebrating the night. You guys know what it is. Small hands, big dreams. It can stay in Vegas.
if Kenny Pickett comes to your town and joins your football team and never makes a sound, was he ever really there?
Yes, he was because it hurt my soul for months. I was jump right into it. So like everyone's like, oh, laser beam Eyez, Barry, he got a fifth back, and it's a better fifth than you gave up. Granted, that doesn't account for my pain and suffering.
Yeah.
Like if you're the one who dirties your room just because you cleaned your room up and you cleaned it up better than it was before you dirtied it, I can't give you that much credit. My time, my pain and suffering was worth more than that.
Yeah. Boy, he went. I mean, you know, somebody was joking around in the Browns Film Breakdown chatter. They had up I survived the Kenny Pickett era in Cleveland T-shirts, which is amazing.
Print the shirts. Print them.
We need those shirts printed.
Print them.
It was tough, we made it. But he went out with a whimper. He didn't make much noise. I mean, in all seriousness, did you ever think that it would go down like this with Kenny? Like, were we done a gigantic favor? Do you believe that like what Zagura is selling and like what Mary Kay are selling, that this was their guy when they brought him in?
I never felt that way. No, but once again, Zagura is an extension. He's the mouthpiece of the organization, and he was on that hill from day one. Like that was pretty much his stance. I never saw it, and I was the whole time. It was like, all right, we got to get this guy to play so we can trade him. And then he didn't play, which I was like, oh, now he's just going to be marooned here, kind of. But
yeah,
luckily, Aiden O'Connell broke a wrist and kind of created this domino effect. Yeah. I don't know. I can't be mad because we got to where we needed to be. But there's those 3 months, man. I won't get those 3 months back. I was dejected for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, he was very quiet though.
Yeah, I don't know if he was never a noisemaker either way.
Right. Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, he didn't even make any noise with his game. Like, he couldn't. He got hurt 4 days in.
Did he do it? This whole thing's weird. I'm not.
You're gonna throw conspiracy theory?
I'm not going to tinfoil
about this whole thing.
I'm just saying, man. Like
the fake injury thing.
He didn't.
We're talking.
I mean, show me where he got hurt. Jogging to Zagura. The next time we saw him, it was ripped off the bone.
That's why.
But I can't look
an alibi.
We got where we needed to get.
Yeah.
Like, it was a dark day though when I got that phone call from Jacob saying you won't believe who they just traded for.
Yeah.
That was a dark day.
I was scared there for a minute when you guys were joking around about Brendan Rice being cut. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Are we surprised? Hey, what's up to the chat? Everybody in the chat following in. Good to see you all here as usual. Appreciate you guys participating in All Eyes on Cleveland. With our new home over here at Browns Film Breakdown, which you've got to get over to the website, brownsfilmbreakdown.com. If you're not subscribed already, go subscribe now. It is totally worth it. Like, you got questions, you want to learn football, you want to know what the Browns are doing, know more about like every aspect of everything. Jake is unbelievable with the film breakdown stuff. I mean, Raheem Rocket Sanders film breakdown up already. Breaking down his game. Yeah, man. So lots to talk about with the the comings and goings of a 53-man roster that went down this week. there's some points of like, listen, on Monday night, I thought we did it. I thought we pulled off the coup. I thought Andrew Berry heard the screams and he got, the points. I was like, put it in the guardrails, no more return specialists, no more, special teams, aces. But they juked me. They pulled the okey doke on me. What do you think happened there?
I don't know. I mean, Jordan Schultz, he's the one who pulled the trigger, right? He's the one where the report came from originally that Carter was no more on the roster. And like, we might have taken our victory laps a little too soon. We probably should have waited a beat, but it felt like vindication. It felt like, AB's obviously a watcher of the program. We've been screaming it from the mountaintops. But here we are. They love him. And also, I won a bet against Jacob because I won by one player in the roster prediction. And I had Carter, not because I wanted him, just because until they show me they don't want that singular dude, I'm just going to keep saying they're going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I probably should have played it safe, but I had too much faith.
Yeah. There's some wish casting. I wish casted with the kicker. That was the one I was trying to manifest.
Yeah, Bradley Brown saying very kindly, Browns Fun Breakdown is a true community of all things Browns. Best $10 ever spent.
Quite the endorsement right there.
That's good stuff. Listen, so on Monday night, Schultz reports that DeAndre Carter has left or is being just waived, cut, whatever you want to call it, contract terminated. And then he's back the next morning. Mary Kay, he's not been cut from the roster. Was this a case? Jake asked me, is this a situation where the Browns changed their mind, or was this bad reporting?
I mean, he got the intel from somewhere, so something's shaky. My initial reaction when they said psych was, is Gage hurt? Like, why psych? Why are we not doing this? They just love that guy. They just love shoehorning one guy who does nothing but one thing.
Nothing.
And even that's minimized because of the return rules. It's just, I don't know. I'm gonna say it's bad. It was bad reporting as opposed to them changing their minds. They've showed us that they love doing this. They can't get enough of it.
I feel like they
only if he had a felony. You know what I mean? It would really, really get him off.
I feel like they were wavered and changed their mind. Yeah, Kramer, we can get to what is a very interesting topic is the practice squad.
Do you think Bubba kicked in the door and he's like, "Don't you let go of my dude"?
I don't know. I just think maybe they wavered, because do you think that what would be a point of contention last minute on this roster? Deontay Johnson, maybe? Like that would be, I think, a point of
And that's one I missed on. I thought, I mean, me, I wouldn't. For me, he was that lottery ticket. If it hits, cool. And if not, it's not going to break your heart. But I thought he had done enough to at least be the floor of the wide receiver room. And then it's playable depth, if nothing else. But he doesn't give you anything on special teams. And if you're going to be at the bottom of the roster receiver, you kind of have to contribute in some way, whether it's a gunner or, what have you.
He doesn't. But if you veer in a way that keeps Gage and him, I think you're okay.
Yes, I Gage was, for me, that was the one that was the obvious answer to the test.
Yeah, I mean Kramer says it here in the chat. How do you?
I don't know.
That's hard for me to. Fax machine issue again. Yeah, I don't know. Could be. I doubt they're using a fax machine anymore, right?
Since the Sashi incident. Yeah. Something must have went south with Deontay as far as his attitude towards his role or something behind the scenes.
It very well could have. This could have been the moment of we're going to keep you, but you're down the depth chart.
Yeah, and look, he played okay, but Thrash's emergence, you engage and a ton of UDFAs from that room, really played above their level. And they kept, obviously they kept Davis on the practice squad so they could pull another dude up if they have to. obviously the move they made with the practice squad to go get Malachi, like, I don't know. He just wasn't in their future plans, but at the end of the day, you don't lose anything by it. Okay. I just thought he would be I thought he'd done enough to make the roster, but not enough to really like have a role. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. I mean, like for me, I would feel a lot. This is how I'll leave this, I guess, is I would feel a lot better if injury were to strike and you were to get into your depth. I would feel a lot better turning to Deontay Johnson to have to get himself open on a big third down than DeAndre Carter.
Yeah, I don't think that's even a debate, right?
Right. So,
yeah.
Once again, but that's okay. We beat this into the ground, and we lost that one. But I thought Monday night I went to bed probably as happy a man. I mean, it was all coming up roses. It was all going
coming
down.
All coming up Ward, the whole thing.
I mean, it was going. It was Carter out. It was Pickett out. It was right after another. Tony Brown. Like, no offense personally to any of these people. Well, yeah. And
these are all moves we were advocating for, though. You know what I mean? It felt like vindication there for a little bit. It's like, all right, man, you guys are seeing the current state of the league and what needs to happen.
That we wanted, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Kramer brings up I was just going there. This class with the amount of UDFAs and draft picks could be a turning point for this team. Feels like the Rams a few years ago, where their whole team was rookies. I mean, there are 14 potentially when Judkins comes back, like 14 rookies on this team. With UDFAs.
Yeah. Well, and then the rookies I get, you know what I mean? Like when you look at that draft and, obviously they double dipped with the quarterback and they both can't play at the same time. And hopefully we don't see either one of those guys, especially early in the season. But all the position players they got on the draft were fantastic. And a lot of them look to be plug and play guys. But then the UDFAs, and if you'd have asked me to bet you, like, hey, I bet more than 2 UDFAs make this roster, I'd have lost my house. Like, there's no way more than 2 make this roster. And you walk away with 5 and it's like, wow, like and props to them, man. Like to earn that spot coming from a UDFA, that's not easy in this league, man. It's so, yeah. And it's just something that we've seen because the first 2 years of the regime, there were no UDFAs. Over time it's built to, there was one at first, it was Bell. And then it was, Hickman made it. And it's just, you've seen it build, but now it's like, they're getting good at this. They're getting good at finding these, gems in the rough.
All right, let's can you see that okay?
Yeah.
All right. Yep. Let's go through this. This is the final, right? This is the final. Can we expect any more moves? No, right? Like this is it, right?
Yeah, there's going to be obviously when Judkins does sign, there'll be some sort of corresponding thing, but yes. No, I don't think anything is going to be a surprise.
All right, so quarterback, Flacco, Gabriel, Sanders. Are you good with all of that at this point? Are we good?
Today, yes. Yes.
Yeah. For the time being, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they brought back Zappy to the practice squad. Why? I don't know. Why Zappy? I don't know.
Because they couldn't get Huntley.
I guess.
Huntley bounced to Baltimore.
I've lost, again, right? All right, running back room. We see the change, right, from the first iteration to the second. You've got Jerome Ford, and this is our lads listing it this way, but Jerome Ford, Dylan Sampson, and then Raheem Sanders, who was one of the guys of the 20-some-odd or 30-some-odd backs in this rookie class, right, that was like, this is how it's going down. There's a ton of backs in this class.
Yeah, and that's why he wasn't drafted. Like in most years, someone of his skill set, his size, his speed, probably a 6-rounder,
Where were you at with him on your breakdown?
He was someone that was like late round interest. Like I had guys in pockets. You know what I mean? For me, he was a late round interest guy. A bit you see the height, weight, speed stuff, and he's a one cut and go guy. It fits in this system. He's, but he sometimes is too patient. But you just say it's that height, weight, speed. I think that's what you're going to come back to, and the fact that he's a one-cut guy.
22 years old. The Chargers had him in camp. He's 6 foot 230.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen someone list him at 217. He looks thicker than that to me. I had him in like a pocket with like Taj Boyd, who went to the Bengals. Like that was they were kind of similarly grouped for me as late round guys.
His 2024. I wrote this stuff down. Some stats from him real quick. 2024. So he spent 3 years at Arkansas and then went to South Carolina, right? So the South Carolina 2024, 881 yards, 11 touchdowns, 4.8 a carry in 2024. Now in 2022, he rushed for almost 1,500 yards, 10 scores, 6.4 per carry with Arkansas. So draft projection, our lads, they had him like as a 5th or a 6th, but I mean these running backs were all over the board, right? So he's a thick boy, says Jacob. This serves the purpose though of what we want to, what you wanted to add to this room. It's interesting, that the best guys available were like rookies.
Yeah. And for full disclosure, I would have preferred Damian Martinez.
I know we talked about that. He was available. But another guy of, that same, this class. So
230 pounders give you short yardage stuff,
Yeah. 4.46 40. It's pretty good.
Yeah, for a man of his size.
30 pounds. And if you can go to brownsfilmbreakdown.com and check out Jake's film room on him already, it's really good. It gives you some insight into really what he was. Rocket is his nickname. Yeah, James bringing up Rocket. So that's fun. It's a good nickname. It's always good to get a guy with a good nickname.
Yeah, Rocket Sanders. Sounds good. Rolls off the tongue easy.
What up, though, Cleveland?
OG Skeletor.
What up, man? Good to have you here. So that's what happens to Sanders. No, we can pause kind of the breakdown on the final iteration of this for the moment, the week 1 iteration, we'll call it, of the 53, and talk about Judkins for a minute. There's no news. No news. It is silent out there, except for the fact that I think they did make some sort of a statement regarding the nonsense that Florio was stating about him going back to college to play, which is, I mean, I don't think he ever claimed that he was going to do that, but Florio likes to take it to the extremes and what can be possible if he really wanted to legally push every angle possible, right? He did the same thing with Shamar Stewart.
I was about to say that, Shamar Stewart.
So, he just threw this out there, and then salute to you, Beck, OG. And then, he's not going to do that, he said, I think, or I read that somewhere, that he's not the option. I mean, they are in some kind of contact. I would assume that they have to be negotiating this. It just feels like this is going to be deadlocked until we get something from the NFL, which has got to be coming sometime soon, right?
Yeah. But no, well, it doesn't have to. But we see Rashee Rice, his finally came out and he accepted his suspension. So they're getting around the doling him out. But like I'm with you from 2 weeks ago, the Browns are waiting for the NFL to do something. Well, the Browns could force the NFL's hand by signing the kid,
which would be ideal.
Yeah,
and because
then speed this up.
Yeah, if you sign, and we've kind of talked through this, and I wrote about it as well. But if you signed him, then you're forcing them to say, we have something here in our negotiation or in our investigation, pardon me, and we are, proceeding forward with this to probably suspend him, and they can put him on the commissioner's exempt list, which is paid leave, which is virtually what he's on now. You know what I mean? So, like, force their hands, make them either take him off the practice field or whatever. But because of the second round draft picks, he's covered on all sides by guaranteed money players in the second round, and his case is dropped. He wants guaranteed money, I would assume. Now that, right? Like, so, but where this all falls for me is that I don't think the Browns would have a problem doing that. I think it probably has to do more with, like, there's could be a suspension coming in. What does that do?
Contract language.
Contract language.
Yeah, what could be voided if there is a suspension down the line. Those things.
I think the ultimate question was, when we talked about this last week, somebody in the chat said, like, how do you write it in there? And I don't know if you can, and that may be the sticking point. How do you write this in the contract? Listen, we don't want this first suspension, if it comes up, to void his guarantees. But anything moving forward after that, we want to have that, be par for the course, or boilerplate language. And I don't know how or if they are able to write that into the contract. And I think that probably, my best guess, that's where the sticking point is.
Yeah, I think more likely you're right. And it's like, we know they can do it with veteran players because they did it with Deshaun's. I don't know if that's still the NFLPA allows that with incoming rookies.
Because it's such a slotted, the money's slot. We know how much he's going to get. It's just, is it going to be guaranteed? And how flexible can they get with the language on the suspension, right?
Yeah.
There might be.
If I'm them, I'm not quibbling with it. I am just getting this kid signed, get him in the building, get him acclimated. If the NFL speeds up the process, and when you get him back, and you can kind of plan, obviously, you had to go get Rocket Sanders because you needed a third back that you wouldn't have needed had this kid already been on the roster and not facing a suspension.
I guess my point is, from Judkins' point of view, if I'm Judkins' representation, I'm not even letting him sign if there's the possibility that we're going to sign him to a fully guaranteed deal, and then he's going to get a one-game suspension that's going to void his guarantees.
Yeah, but what's that going to change? If I don't know. I don't know what that changes for him if the suspension comes either way.
If going into, like, if it's the suspension comes down, at least, I don't know, maybe you have more options then. I don't know, but, like, to just say,
that's the thing. I don't know the other options. What you could work out.
Yeah, but, like, to say I want fully guaranteed money, to know that, like, potentially 2 days from then it could all just be voided. It more than likely will be voided. I doubt they're in a hurry to go sign that contract. They're probably, I would, if I was his representation, they're doing their due diligence on all options contractually to make sure he can get as much of his money as he can, is probably what I would say is the holdup, so anyways, they bring in Sanders at this point in time. It would behoove them to move the thing forward if they can. If it takes two sides to tango, we'll see what happens there. Hopefully something sooner than later. Like we said, force their hand. But either way, how do you feel about the running back room going into week 1?
I feel fun. If you didn't sign Sanders, you just told me that it was, if they didn't say in some bizarre universe they just kept strong for the third until Judkins signed, I'd have been fine, because I'm only expecting to see Sampson and Ford. I'm not expecting to see much out of Rocket right away. The one thing that I do worry about this room, and it's going to be, I'm worried about pass protection, because priority one for me and what I believe this team can be is keeping Joe healthy, keeping him upright. And, and the most experienced player you got is Ford, and he's not a pass protector.
Yep. No, neither is Sampson, really. So
no. So that does worry me. But, like, where were you going to go get a bang up, third down back pass protector at this stage? You weren't going to get it from roster cuts, more than likely. So
the one question there is, like, okay, and I guess we'll get to the practice squad in a little bit, but, like, so who do you keep around on the practice squad at that position? It's Amani Marshall, which is a great thing to have him around.
And Travion Williams.
Travion Williams, who's a veteran guy who probably can pass pro a little bit, catch the ball out of the backfield. So if you're looking, I mean, is that a potential elevation, like a Williams, like at some point, right? Maybe.
Possibly, yeah, possibly.
Yeah. It depends on what role you're looking for him to play that week, right?
Yeah, and opponent dependent upon what kind of exotic blitzes they show, and because that's the thing about pass pro, it's not just being physically able; it's like the mental recognition to understand. You know what I mean? To get the read, because there's going to be line shifts, the protection changes, and then you have to know your assignment. Your assignment can change at the last second. I mean, it's a bang bang thing, man. Pass protection for running backs.
Hey, thanks, Chef. Good to see you there, man. We're happy it is too, brother. We're happy too. Yeah. So everybody, take a second and hit like and subscribe. Slap that sub button. Hit like. Make sure it's still working down there. All right. Next position. We'll go to the finalized wide receiver room here, right? Mm-hmm. So Cedric Tillman. Jerry Jeudy, Jamari Thrash, Jerry Jeudy, said Tillman, Jamari Thrash in that order is your, I would guess, your depth chart, right? And then it's going to go, I guess, Bond, Larvadain, Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what Bond's ready for.
We have no idea what Bond is ready for.
No, well, but we do one thing. He can stretch a field, so get those things first under his belt. You know what I mean? Because that's his whole reason to be early in his career.
To what extent is he
utilized the back end?
To what extent do you think he's utilized week one?
Oh man, 5 snaps, maybe. I don't know, right? Man. But with us seeing absolutely nothing out of him to this point, like it's tough for me to gauge. It's whatever he's ready for, but. He has serious, field stretching speed, and that can open things up. But it's about the defenses have to respect it, so you have to connect on it a couple times. But I would just ease him in, and find out how much he can put on his plate, and just keep feeding him. Man, he's dynamic physically.
Thanks, MC. All right. He thinks he's funny.
He was funny last night in the Barking Browns chat too, taking shots.
Yeah. So Carter here on this roster. What if they make Carter game day inactive? I mean, how funny is that?
Well, then that would piss me off that they passed Deontay Johnson up to make him an inactive. Like, you better do something, buddy.
Yeah. I just don't know what it's all worth. Anyways, so then we look at, the offensive line remains the same, except for you bring in a tackle. We figured they might bring in a tackle after the initial 53. KT Leviston. It's a guy they played against. And there it is. So, there's one rep in particular that's out there where he destroys Joe Tryon, pushes him back like 10 yards. It's interesting they did the same thing with Halasi, where they saw him
against the Chiefs and
against them, and we're like, solid tape. So this guy flew back to Los Angeles and then turned around and flew back to Cleveland.
Yeah, took a piss and got right back on the plane.
But do you have thoughts on him? Do you have any kind of thoughts on him as a player?
Dude's a mauler. I projected him more as a guard than a tackle when he was coming out. Mm-hmm. He's a mauler though. He's thick. He plays nasty. He can be a leaner, get out over himself. You know what I mean? But obviously they saw what they needed to see. I was concerned. I didn't know how they always keep 10. And I didn't see a 10th offensive lineman I wanted to keep. So I only projected 9 just because I didn't see one, and they ended up finding one elsewhere. But, if you're thinking about it realistically, like if you were down, for heaven forbid, Conklin and Dewan go out, I would imagine it would be Cornelius and Jenkins. I imagine because Jenkins can push out and play tackle. before they would put the young man in. So I expect KT to be a game day inactive for a while.
Yeah. You're right. You're so right. You're so right. Auto Sports. I know that's you fast. World's fastest behind that. Auto Wax Motorsport. I'm pretty sure that's world's fastest, right?
That is.
What he said?
That's one of his burners, man. This man.
What's with the different accounts, homie? Yeah. Hey, McLaughlин's here. Yep. Ken Griffey Jr. Yep, for sure. It's me. He admits it. All right, cool. So, we've got all these guys here now. Practice squad, offensive line, Garrett Dellinger and Logan Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And Cole Strange.
Cole Strange, bro.
Former first-round draft pick.
Yeah, this is an Alex
where things got weird, right?
It's like he's not. I don't think he was really a first-round talent, but the Patriots swung up early and got him. But he's got 29 starts through 3 seasons. Like that's very valuable to have on a practice squad. It's tremendous.
100%. What about these other guys?
Logan Brown was the guy that when I was watching Devin Neal for Kansas kept popping. When I was like, oh, I was into Logan Brown. Now I thought he was an early day 3 guy, but I was into him. And when they cut him the other day, I was making remarks like, man, I hope they're into him. And he made his way here. And Dellinger, I haven't done the work on. So I can't speak educatedly on him.
Yeah, there's not much on him here. 6'4", 320. He's in Baltimore's camp.
Mm-hmm.
So, guard LSU. Anyways, the Cole Strange thing is wild, right? Like to bring a guy like that into your practice squad is pretty fortunate, right?
Yeah.
And we'll get to some other names that are like that on this practice squad. This practice squad is different than any I've ever seen with the Browns. I don't
know how they're talking dudes into. Yeah, I don't know how they're talking guys into signing, but hey, more power to them. I'm very impressed with the guys they've loaded the practice squad with.
Yeah, and it may be like it's like a positive, negative thing. We'll talk through that in a little bit, but So that's the offense. That's the Browns' offense going into week 1. Is there any obvious elevations for week 1? Probably not.
Not obvious, but I can see some stuff down the line if things start to develop. I like with some of the pieces, and I think you pointing out Travion Williams just being a veteran and may be able to give you some third down work and some pickup pass pro. I think that's something to look at.
Yeah,
I don't think it's something you look at against the Bengals necessarily, but
yeah. He does some valuable things, right?
Mm-hmm.
McLaughlin making the point that the defensive back wide receiver matchups within the division are yikes, he said. So we can talk through that a little bit here in a minute. But if we are proceeding to the defensive side of the ball, where, the Browns should be good. I mean, they should be good. The vibes are good here, right? Alex Wright, Isaiah McGuire, Myles Garrett, JTS, Joe Tryon-Shoyinka, and Cameron Thomas makes the roster. You also are able to keep Okora around, who had a very good preseason.
Had he not gotten hurt, he might have pushed Cam Thomas out. You know what I mean? Like that would have been a closer battle had he not got hurt towards the end.
Yeah, it was kind of a coin flip between those two, right? And
he's a veteran, Okora. Like that's to have him. Once it's very fortunate to have a guy like that on your practice squad.
Yeah. So you get Okora as your edge. So you're deep there and very good. So I like that room, obviously, a ton. Malik Collins, Mason Graham, Mike Hall Jr. is the surprise. We talked about it, though, right? We said this could be the indicator that he's coming back early, past the physical. Now, I still
don't have the stones to put him on my prediction because they kept it so close to the vest. But, man, that's...
When you talk about these guys that you bring back to put on your 53, you kind of have to look at it through the scope of they still might not be ready for week 1.
Yeah, I could see him being a game day inactive for a few weeks, but they just didn't want to have to sit him out 4 weeks.
4 games. That's
yeah.
What it
so
is.
You may be seeing week 3,
Yeah.
something like that at home against the Packers and Micah Parsons, because that's happening now.
Yeah, because that's real now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we'll get into that as well. But yeah, so that's interesting. But Hall's back, and then you have Aiden Huntington obviously making the roster. Shelby Harris. This is Shelby Harris. You're watching All Eyez on Cleveland. I don't have the audio right now, but he's still here. Shelby's still around doing his thing, right? So you gotta love that room, right?
Yes.
And
so much.
The edge room.
So much. It's hard for me not to smile when I just think about this defensive line, man. It's an embarrassment of riches, to be honest with you.
They're going to have
put so many wild ass combinations out there.
Yes. Yeah. You can get super creative.
I might cry.
Yeah. So we moved to the second level, right? Carson Schlesinger has been fantastic. Won that award they give out.
The Maurice Bissett Award.
The Bissett Award, yep. And with Bissett, Shelby is a good dude, James. He was a good dude for coming on the show. I wish I had that at the ready right now. I don't. I have to move my audio over. But yeah. Yeah, so he wins the Bissett Award, well deserved. Diabate still dinged. We don't know to what degree, but no injury designation. So they obviously aren't expecting to miss him for 4 weeks at the very worst. They expect him to be back within 4 weeks, right? So of the regular season. Devin Bush, we're waiting on a ruling there, but he's on the roster. Jerome Baker, and then EMA still hanging around. And EMA, who they talked up a lot, and
he was everywhere.
He is everywhere. He's fun, but I do think that, and I said this the other night, I do think that Winston, that's when he's keeping Winston Reed's spot warm for the moment. Do you agree?
Yeah, and that was my prediction for the roster was Winston Reed. I had no idea he was hurt. I literally
know he was going to the injury reserve, right?
Yeah, but they put the designation on him to return. So, I mean, I think you understand where it's headed. But in the meanwhile, EMA could be a menace on special teams, man.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So now we get to, I mean, we on the defensive side, we start with probably the strongest point on this Browns 2025 team going, things will develop, things will change, injuries will happen, players will develop, schemes will materialize and work better or worse than predicted throughout this season. But, coming in expectations wise, you like to think that the defensive front is the strongest point of this team. And at this point, I think the weakest is this room, the cornerback room.
Which I wouldn't have had, obviously, going into the season. Right. I was worried more. We didn't the JOK thing up in the air. It felt like, all right, man, they might have to piece stuff together. I feel good about the linebackers. I feel great about the defensive line. Corner feels shaky right now.
And I would have probably said before, wide receiver will be the weakest, but I don't really feel that way anymore.
I might have had some reservations about safety too, but they've all played well. They played. Yeah. They had to leave a guy on the practice squad that I think is an NFL caliber safety.
He is.
In Edmonds,
in my opinion. Yeah, Christopher Edmonds. I mean, coin flip between McMillan and him to make the team. But they go with the younger guy they like a lot, and it makes sense. That's fine. So your safety room, I think, is fine. I'm good with the safety room. Delpit is a dog. We, maybe one of my favorite players on the Browns, right? Hickman, who they're using closer to the line of scrimmage these days, which is a change. But then, I kind of been saying this all along. I think they'll keep most of these vets. They do. Judkins, KZ, especially with the injury, right? And then Donovan McMillan makes this team good for him. Another guy who, I mean, listen, if this all works out, if there's a chance, right? Like, because the guys that make this team as UDFAs, they're good. They're good players. Like they've had a good camp. They earned their spots. There's no gifts here as far as making the team. There's no like, we're just not good enough to have anybody else to put here. So we're throwing a UDFA there. That's not the situation in any of these areas, right? Like these are all guys that earned it and that were like high profile guys they brought in, had an eye on sort of. The only one I would maybe question that is EMA, but like he's earned it though. He's played his ass off. Yeah. So, and so with all the influx, what this rookie class could be, along with the UDFAs, there's a kicker in there who's not, you could kind of throw him in there as a rookie. He's not a rookie, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this, if this played out, how critical could this year be to the future of the Cleveland Browns? Like this could be that influx of talent that changed everything.
Yeah, a sliding door moment, man. Like this class could change things. If you're extrapolating 3, 4, 5 years from now, you could have just a wave, and we've seen other teams do this, and it kind of resets things too, because you're not paying for depth. Like right now, you got a bunch of dudes you're not really paying that much money to, and which we know the roster's kind of top heavy with some contracts. You need to hit on these things. It's the reason the Rams have been so successful. I mean, they are always churning late round picks, finding UDFAs, and they develop into starters. And obviously, they haven't done that part yet as to where they're developing. I mean, Hickman obviously is getting the opportunity, but that's the churning right there, the bottom of the roster. And these guys all earn their spots. They all look playable. Like that's to have playable depth is such a unique thing throughout a roster. Like you always have spots where like, this room's weak and most of these guys wouldn't make an NFL roster, but they're on this roster because this room's weak. It doesn't feel like that as far as this roster goes.
Yeah, that you well said and perfectly said. And world's fastest fat man saying the youth movement is a big deal. I could not agree more. McLothan asking an interesting question about the linebacker room. So when you go to nickel, who are your throw suspensions out the window and everything else? Who are your two?
Dude, no one's talking about, but I think Jerome Baker might be out there with Swash in those situations. He's very versatile, man. And I look at Bush. I look at Bush as more of a run defender. I mean, we've talked about it before. He swings big. Sometimes he'll miss and just be out of the play. But when he hits, when he actually connects, man, he can be a run stuffer.
Well, can I interest you in a healthy Diabate?
I don't know. He's just been. I like his ceiling's nice, but his floor, he's just been so inconsistent. If he could tighten that up, yes, because if he's physically the deal, man. Like, but the inconsistency worries me.
Okay.
I see him more as a Sam.
Really?
Yeah. Hopefully, he can prove me wrong. Then again, I don't know. The way he's been handled during camp's been very odd. So I don't know what kind of steps he's made at all, just because we really didn't get to see it much.
These their linebackers seem very from Will to Sam
interchangeable,
right? Like a lot of them are.
Yeah. If I'm trying to put people in their absolute best positions, you know what I mean? If I'm looking at it from that, but there's a lot of ability to mix and match.
Bush has looked good in the preseason. Will, I will agree with you,
dude. He's quick twitches all get out, man. Like,
yeah.
That dude's an athlete.
So, I mean, you could take a room and deplete it as much as you possibly could, and somehow we still feel okay about that room. That's pretty amazing.
It is pretty amazing. Some of it's a testament to Tarver. He coaches these guys up, but and if you'd have told me 6 months ago, hey, you got no JOK, no Jordan Hicks, I'd have probably been pretty concerned at that point.
Yeah.
But then you see the way they're playing, and it's like, and you're playing behind this defensive line. It's like it's a good mix of people.
Boy, that Schlesinger pick, just in retrospect, on the night of the draft, like what?
Yeah, because you're expecting offensive weapon. You've already went defensive tackle, and this is a front office that's like there's certain positions they covet, and then their first 2 picks are positions they've never coveted. You know what I mean? So it was definitely a curveball, but like both those dudes are going to be like massive parts of this team for years to come.
Yeah, but the Schlesinger one, at least so far, looks like, I mean, where would you be without him, right? Like if they don't make that pick, you'd be, I mean, where would you be? So
who would your green dot be?
Right.
If he's not here.
Yep. Great question. All right, so now we look at the nickel room. So this is where they had to shake things up a little bit. You got to get creative. We don't know who are they running out there right now? Your best guess on, they go from, they say they start the game in base and they go to nickel the first time. Who's your starting nickel on Sunday, week 1 against the Bengals at home?
Judkins.
He's not
I don't feel great about it. Like, what are you going to do? Well, you rolling out?
That would be a safety then. So that would be.
But I'm just saying if we're playing, who's my best slot defender right now?
Okay, yeah, I'm with you there. As far as slot defender is a safety, might be a safety. Probably is a.
Your base might be 3 safeties then.
Okay, so or your first, your first iteration outside of base or whatever, your first sub package, right? So that's fair. But say they go true nickel. If you had to bring a corner in and say they don't want to live in a world where they have to have 3 safeties on the field at all times, right? Because Cincinnati's going to spread you out and they have wide receivers, they can throw at you. So it's real. They're going to push the ball down the field on you. They are going to try to be explosive in the pass game. So who is the first corner that you're bringing off the bench then?
Miles Harden.
Miles Harden.
Yeah, Miles Harden.
I think I'm there.
But it's matchup dependent because they're going to go big slot a lot with Gesicki. And then in that case, I'm cool with the safety. But if we're forcing a corner up, I think it's got to be Harden. I'm scared it's going to be Cam Mitchell. It's a fear that I'm actively having.
I think I would guess at this point that they would still roll Cam out there first. I think they're going to make him lose the job.
That ain't the week, right? This ain't the week to do that against the Bengals. Because they'll move Chase to the slot, man.
Kelly Black asking, are we sure that Genu will be outside if he is the best in the slot? Why change? Because I don't think they have anybody else to play outside.
He's the best second outside corner. He's the second best one you got. And you're going to be having T. Higgins out there. Like
who else are you going to put out there?
I don't know enough about this Converse kid we got from the Jets.
I like him.
I like the athletic profile, but I haven't really dug into his tape. So
he's been mostly special teams. There's not a lot of there, but I mean, I'm with you.
My test when we make these moves is how does their fan base feel about it?
Yeah,
the Jets fan base was pretty bummed he was going. Same thing with when we got Rocket Sanders. The Chargers fans were like, "What?" Like they didn't get it. They thought he was a shoo-in to make the 53, the way he played in the preseason.
Yeah, that's a really good litmus test, But it seemed like they were like, he hasn't done really anything, like I said, but played special teams. Played in 15 games, I think, or something like that. We're talking about Bernard Converse. Mm-hmm. Man, these names.
Haven't even learned his full name yet. I'm just calling him Converse because that's the part of his name I latched on to.
Yeah. JBC. So, JBC is but they seem like they were high on his future, right? Mm-hmm. Like they like him as a young player. And like you said, the athletic profile is very interesting. Short area quickness, right? So it's a interesting addition. They got blocked on a couple. It feels like they got blocked on a couple other claims by the Titans.
Yeah, there was another corner that they put in on and didn't get
from the Colts, I believe. Right?
Yeah, I don't remember the name. I just heard it. I just heard that today. I didn't hear that yesterday.
Yeah. So, Rusty says hit the free thumbs up button.
It's still free.
It's still free. It's free. Hit that like button. Tell a friend to get over to Browns Film Breakdown and watch All Eyes on Cleveland and listen to the Browns Film Breakdown podcast. You will be fully entertained and know everything going on with the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
And watch all of the film breakdowns are just incredible. Jake does such a good job, and you want to be educated and know what's going on with your team, what they're attempting to do, why they're doing different things, personnel wise, what's working, what's not. You will learn so much so quickly. It's incredible. So, $10, couple cups of coffee a month. It's a great community.
It's not even 2 cups. Starbucks.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Seriously. You get in on the website, and there's a chat all day long. I'm in there chopping it up. Tons of people. Everybody at the website's over there chopping it up. You're in there. You can talk ball all day. And it's just a tremendous community to be a part of that is growing by the day. We're gonna have I don't even want to drop the bomb on this yet, but we're gonna have some contests, some survivor contests available before week 1 here to members and stuff like that. So and stay tuned to maybe one that if you want to get in if you're not a member. So I'm working on that right now. So stay tuned for that at Browns Film Breakdown on Twitter and at Ward on Sports on Twitter at Casey KInnamon.
Boom.
There it is. All right. That's the roster. All right. Practice squad whammers, shock value practice squad. Malachi Corley.
Yes.
What?
How they talked him into coming, man. Whatever. Like I'm happy he's here.
He was listed among the best available cut downs.
Yeah. How did he not get picked up on waivers? Everybody's that secure that they can't take a flyer on like a versatile weapon. No, I get it. Like if you're just based on what he did in his 1 year in New York, okay, cool. But like your evaluations from college aren't old; they're 1 year ago. That dude's a hell of a competitor. I just and I talked about this a little bit last night, but like since 19, everyone's been chasing their Debo. Like who do we get the next Debo? How do we get the next? And I'm not saying he's Debo Samuel in his prime, but I'm saying you see the vision. You see the skill set that he could bring, and it's different. It's the physicality that he plays with. He's strong. He plays with a nasty temperament. Like, I don't know, man. And I don't know why it fell apart for him in New York, and I can't worry about that. I'm very pleased that they were able to snag this dude on a practice squad. And if they see the vision, this is a guy that I look to make a leap. If they, you know what I mean? Like he can just do too many things.
So I'm going to name. So let's go through the practice squad because it's actually pretty impressive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Corley, Caden Davis, who I think is a stud right now.
Yeah, he's playable, man. You could bring him in on an NFL roster.
What's up with that fly jacket? Don't answer now, but when non-football, I need a fit check. All right, I got you, world's fastest. Logan Brown, we talked about. Cole Strange, Jared Dellinger. Sal Cannella, who
great name.
Yeah, great name. Played well.
He's a blocking style tight end. He might be a guy that you see get elevated because he can block.
Yeah. But Canella I'm glad he made it. I wanted to see him stick around on the practice squad. You know, Amani Marshall and Travion Williams both present you with guys like in Marshall, a guy that I was excited about as a back is what he did this entire offseason and preseason. But Travion Williams is a veteran guy that if you need, to the point we made earlier, if you need 1 week, you can bring up. Like what this practice squad has done is it's giving you ability to have some more depth, right? Because it's an extension of your roster, but B, it also allows you to, like, if you really want to focus on one area against one team for one game, which you're gonna have to do in an NFL schedule, you can do that. Like you can pull from the practice squad, make somebody inactive, and bring up, you know, say you want to go super safety heavy for whatever reason 1 week. I mean, you can bring up Chris Edmonds and have, you know, he can play. Sam Kamara can play.
Yes. Yeah, that's another one.
For sure. Julian Quora, if somebody's dinged, can bring some rush, you know. We've seen it. Marshall and Williams. And then, you know, not to mention that the wide receivers, Cole Strange has played a ton of the games. Plus, you can bring in Davis or Malachi Corley. I mean, we were so worried about this wide receiver room, and now look how deep the wide receiver room appears.
Yeah, you got a third-round pick from last year who's on your practice squad. And Caden Davis is playable, in my mind. The other, Lamarian James, my guy made it to the practice squad. I'm glad he's still in the fold. He's like the one player right now that he's still, in my mind, just developmental. And most of his practice squad is not developmental. They're playable pieces. The back to the running backs, though, because when I did my my initial 53 roster prediction, I had Marshall as the third back. Obviously, the Quinshawn stuff muddies things, but I had him as the now third back for the initial. But it was a coin flip between him and Williams. Like, I could have seen that going either way. But to get both of those dudes on the practice squad,
tremendous.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post this question. I'm gonna be treacherous here.
Okay. What we got?
Do you guys think the Browns should be paying Shedeur more since he's making the Browns so much money? Just saying.
No. So they should be paying him more. Rookie contracts are slotted.
Yeah. What are we talking about? Where is the money coming from? The jerseys?
Yeah, that's split across all 32 teams.
Jersey sales are split.
Yeah.
So where's what extra money is he making?
I don't know. I get it. There's more talk about the Browns, but how's that the money part? You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people who are new to the team because of Shedeur don't realize how dedicated this fan base has been for 30 years, regardless of the product. You know what I mean?
Adam, they sell out even when they're 0-16.
Yes, we're top 10 in the league yearly, year in, year out, and all these metrics because the fan base is that dedicated.
They can be so bad that, you know, they have no chance and they will still sell out every seat. There's no seats to sell. He's not going to change the you know, how many people come to games. So I failed to see where the revenue is being generated. Maybe it
is more banter about the team, but it's not about the team, it's about the quarterback. That's all it's about. But there is more eyes on it because of him, no doubt. You know what I mean? That part is true.
Yeah, it's okay, man. I mean, it's fine.
I'm just like, I honestly think that a lot of people that follow Shedeur here don't realize that this is one of the most dedicated fan bases in football. This isn't, you know.
He said he didn't know that, and that's fine. No, not a lot of people do. But yeah, I mean, I get it. It brings a spotlight and it puts the Browns in conversation nationally more, but not really for good reason.
Not about the team, not about the roster. It is about the quarterback situation. None of this is his fault either. Like none of it.
No,
not a single. That's what's really weird.
Yeah, man. Thanks for being here, Adam. I appreciate you, man. Yeah. So let's see. That's it though. I mean, interesting practice squad. That's where we're at. I mean, if you look at the injured reserve, doing just for the heck of it, while we're taking inventory of where we are at with everything,
We
right?
still need to talk about one thing.
What? Please don't say it.
No, man. They moved on from Hopkins. They ignored the money and took the kicker that gives them the best chance to win. And I was super worried that wasn't going to happen.
I thought you were going to make me talk about Watson.
No, what? Dude, I'm offended, quite frankly.
You're going to make me talk about that. 4. And
I'm just going to do that to the show. No way would I ever do that to us.
Yeah.
That dude does not exist in my mind. It's not a factor. I don't care who posts what. We're good on that. But no, the kicker situation was a big one for me, man, because I knew they owed him the money. But at the end of the day, you can't let that money, which is 1% of the salary cap, cost you games. And they didn't. They went and got Schmitty.
Smizzy.
It happens.
Smizzy. I'm calling him Smizzy.
You're gonna make Smizzy a thing?
I'm gonna make it a thing.
Okay. I respect the hustle.
So, chat, help me out. Do me a favor. Pass along Smizzy, Brown's new kicker. Let's go Smizzy.
All right. I'm in.
I mean, that's a fun name for a kicker, right?
Yeah. I was just thinking about the Cleveland t-shirt companies with Schmidt happens.
Yeah.
But Smizzy.
All hell Smizzy.
I showed my wife the last name. I was like, how would you pronounce this?
Yeah.
And she was a fool and used it phonetically and used all the letters. Like, no, apparently not. Apparently that's not it.
Yeah.
But that dude's been down the middle every time I've seen him kick. So like, I don't want that anxiety in my life, man. I want boring, normal down the middle. I'm not holding my breath because Hopkins had me at the end where even the made kicks were like, barely, dude, just squeeze, just squeaking in. Don't care for it.
Is this an instance of them, excuse me, learning their lesson? Because they waited on Cade didn't they? Didn't they wait to cut him and bring in Hopkins until he lost them? I don't know if he lost him a game, but he missed kicks in the regular
season. Yeah, he missed it in the preseason. Yeah, but no, he got drafted in 22 and he was gone at the beginning of 23. And for someone they drafted it with was high.
So they made the move in the preseason that year too?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't remember that.
Yeah, but it was super shaky. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it was super shaky. And Hopkins was kicked out of his mind in 23.
Yep. And as you made the point leading up to it, and when Cameron Dicker, took his job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he made 91% the year before.
But the anomaly was that period.
The anomaly is the 8 for 8 beyond 50.
Yes.
He had been a 50% kicker his entire life, over 50 yards. And then that, just dialed in. And then he blew out his hamstring trying to chase down Dameon Pierce on a tutter.
Yes.
In Houston. And that was all bad. It's been all bad ever since then.
He's been striping them right down the middle, though.
Yeah.
So then, and Stefanski said he's been consistent. This is a guy that flat out won this position, but the Browns, willingness to move on from take the $4.78 million cap hit to this year, is legitimate.
It's a direct indication that they're trying to win games.
Yes.
They're not allowing the whatever dead money to hold them back. Like, no, we can't let that. We're trying to win.
Yeah, they're going for it, which is good. You want to see that. The fact that they brought in a corner is good. I mean, it's not a high-profile guy. I think they wish that they could have got somebody maybe better, but the fact that they were willing to bring in another nickel outside the roster is at least a sign that they are looking to try to solve that and win some games. So, yeah, I mean, I'm for going into week 1. Think they have a chance to win, of course, against the Bengals, who have some issues on defense, which can be exploited. You have a healthy Flacco. You have, this is a team that you've had some success against. You should feel good going into this game. So I think that, I just think that I feel pretty good about where they are, better than I expected.
Even though I think we just match up nice with them as far as historically, but some of that was also due to the fact that you had more playable cornerback depth against that passing game. But your defensive line, dude, Burrow's going to be running for his damn life.
Yeah.
And he'll still make plays because he's Joe Burrow. I mean, he's going to make plays. Like, you don't have to live with that. They just going to have to outpace him. And with their defense struggling the way they are, I know they got a Trey signed, so that's one concern. But he was the only bright spot there last year.
Other stuff around the NFL before we get to our final exercise of the night, which is going to be us picking our playoff teams in a competition that me and Casey do every year. Now, you are the ultimate winners here because the loser of this competition will buy you someone in the chat that is there that night when do we reveal these? I don't know. We'll tell you. But at the end of the season, obviously, whoever is in the no sardines. Look at Kramer trying to get this.
I know, dude. He's pushing.
What's wrong with you, man?
Pushing.
We're not eating anything. We're gonna buy you some.
We're gonna buy someone some swag.
Some swag from
some Brownstone Breakdown swag.
Yeah. So, we'll play if you're here that night. Which you should be every Thursday night.
Every Thursday night. You know where it's at. Whenever because we're playing this the same way we did last year. You get a point for getting the team right in the playoffs and the seeding. So that's how it's going to be decided. So we'll know after the first round of the playoff seeding happens from the first round.
Oh, yeah. So as soon as the end of the 17 weeks.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
What is Jacob's punishment? He has to eat a hot chip. That's right. He lost the bet.
Yeah, you're right. He did. I forgot about that bet. Oh, Jacob. Dylan versus the field. Hey, he got the number 2. Jacob, I mean, good for him.
I mean, yeah. Horseshoes and hand grenades, but
he has to eat sour candy from the bet we just did. I did it with the roster prediction. So he's got to pay up.
Yeah, he's gonna have to eat the hot chip. We'll have him on here, and
we should do that live. Week 3, when Micah Parsons is going to be in Cleveland, so will me. I will be there in Cleveland for that game. So I'm coming up. So we should do some live thing where Jacob tortures himself.
Yes. Parsons trade is wild. We can talk about that quickly. Pretty funny stuff. Michael Irvin guaranteeing, as he's getting traded, guaranteeing that he won't be traded. And stuff.
I would have put money that he wouldn't either, but I didn't think. I thought Jerry was going to make a spectacle of it, kind of like how he signed Dak on the first game, right before the first game. That news came out. Jerry overpays for everything. He lets the market get wild. If he would have signed Micah before Miles signs his contract, he probably gets him for 38 a season.
I know.
Then Miles gets 40, and then then Watt, and then Crosby, and now he's getting 47.
It's almost like he wants this stuff to happen or something.
It feels like it, right?
Why would you wait on any of this stuff?
Identify and pay early, man. Don't let the market get on top of you, and then you get in this situation.
Bonkers, man.
And in my mind, they didn't get proper compensation back anyway.
Yeah.
So
2 firsts and what? They got a
Kenny Clark, defensive tackle. In my mind, it's okay, you 2 first, I'd say 2 day 3s, maybe a second and a third, maybe in different years. You know how that works.
Yeah.
And then I would have pushed for Kenny Clark and probably Josh Jacobs.
Should have pushed for more.
Yeah, or Lucas Van Ness, a young guy who's coming near the end of his rookie contract. But just, I don't know, man. To me, that's not proper conversation for Micah Parsons, who's just now entering his prime. And I'm pissed because we got to play him now. That would.
What was the last bet that me and you had that I won last year. We had a bet around.
Yeah, I ate spam, brother. I ate spam at the last bet we had.
That's right. You had to eat some spam. That's right.
Yeah, that happened. The chat will remember.
Was that the spam bet?
The Jackson Dart bet was the spam bet.
The Jackson Dart bet was the spam.
That was the last one though that went down.
Spam KInnamon.
Yep.
But what was the Chargers bet?
They made the playoffs. They were going to make the playoffs.
I had to buy somebody a T-shirt.
Yeah, you bought someone in the chat a T-shirt, and then they said it was like favoritism because it was someone that I knew that got selected, even though you selected him. I don't know how that works. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, I lost a bet earlier before that, and I bought a hat.
Yeah, that's right. Drew in Brick City.
We pay up, man. Pay our bets.
Yeah. Your roommate.
Yeah. I live in South Carolina, bro. Not my roommate.
He was in the room over. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what the hell they're talking about. BrownsFilmBreakdown.com. Get there. The link is in the description below. All right. AFC. You want to go first? You want me to go first? How do you want to do this? You want to go back and forth? You want to go start at 7? Or
give your number 1 seed. I'll give my number 1 seed, and then the NFC. I'll go first.
You want me to give me my number 1 seed right now? You ready?
Yes.
The Buffalo Bills.
Same. Buffalo Bills.
Boom.
Number 1.
All right. Number 2 seed. Denver Broncos.
Ooh, that's spicy. That's spicy. Unfortunately, I have the Baltimore Ravens as the number 2.
You think that's that spicy? Denver is the 2?
As the 2, yeah. I think that's spicy.
Okay. All right.
And full disclaimer, I'll say their name during this exercise. I have them making the playoffs.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, Denver at 2. I think they're loaded up for a run this year. 3 in the AFC, Baltimore Ravens.
I have the Kansas City Chiefs.
Are you writing these down or am I?
I should write yours down, huh? I'll write yours down. I already got it.
All right, got it.
Yeah, give me 1 second to.
So you have the Chiefs as the 3 seed.
I do. And you had the Ravens. Okay. I am all the way caught up, brother.
Will, it is a bet. We're making a bet on this right now. But if you want to side bet me on that, sure. I'll take
Brad will take your action. Brad is a degenerate.
I will take
in the best possible sense of the word.
Any and all action I will take. All right.
Who you got winning the South, brother?
I have the Houston and the 4 seed.
Same Z's.
I mean, is that even a real thing?
I also see if you can get spicy again. I don't know if you're going to.
Not
see the Jags or something.
No. I think this may be.
We need them to give us that top 5 pick. So
this may be the end of the line for what's his name?
Trevor
Sunshine. All right, 5 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City.
My 5 seed is the Denver Broncos.
So we just had that inverted.
Yeah, well, except I had Ravens at 2 and Chiefs at 3.
Ravens you had 2. Okay.
Yeah, you had Broncos 2, Ravens 3.
But I had the Broncos winning that division instead of Kansas City this year.
Yeah.
So and then Kansas City at 5. All right. So you had Denver in 2nd, but good enough to get the 5 seed.
5 seed. Okay. Yeah, I think they're going to be good.
Yeah. All right. So and then 6 Chargers.
Oh, look at us! Look at us!
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably came around. I like it. I like it. Here we are.
This is the toughest one. Who the hell is going to be the 7 seed in the AFC? Do you think you know?
Right there. That.
What?
Your Cleveland Browns sneaking in. That's who I got at 7, baby. That's who I'm rocking with at 7.
Do you want to know what I wrote here?
Yeah, I do.
I wrote Raiders / Browns / Bengals.
Well, we play both of those teams this year, so we control our own fate. You got to pick one now for the bet. What are you doing?
I have the whole AFC West getting in. Give me the Raiders.
Ye of little faith. All right, let me get the bracket drawn up here to write yours down, and then we'll start with mine. And the number 1 seed in the NFC, this isn't going to come as a surprise to anybody. It is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Same.
And then we're going to move on to the 2 seed. I have the Detroit Lions. Who you got?
Green Bay. Packers.
Okay.
I want to see Detroit do it without their OC.
Yeah, they lost. They got poached. We're going to find out really.
Brain drain in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a believer in that brings something up that Will brought to my attention. The Detroit Lions coach is inquiring about having real lions run out of the tunnel with them.
We talked about this before. He said that last year.
He's an idiot.
Dude, whatever, dude. He works. It works.
Yeah, he doesn't work.
His press conference was the initial press conference he had.
The only reason they've had any success is out the door now. Yep.
I don't agree with that. But do you have them missing the playoffs altogether? You don't believe in them that much?
No, I have them in.
Okay, so you didn't you're like, oh, they're garbage now.
I mean, they're super talented, but their coach is a meathead.
He is.
Yeah.
He is. Sometimes that works, man. It's never one size fits all. One style of coach is the only kind that can be successful. He's a meathead, but it works because they believe in him for whatever reason.
It works if you've got enough smart guys around you to make decisions that aren't meathead-ish.
Dude, he fired his offensive coordinator and promoted Brad Johnson. He made that move to get Brad Johnson in that position.
Brad Johnson,
the offensive coordinator or the coach of the Bears now. Am I wrong? Was his name not Brad Johnson?
Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson. Sorry, Brad. You guys all have those generic names. I can't keep up.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, he's the one who made that decision. That's a good decision, obviously, right? That worked.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I digress. Here's where I take a left turn. Because for me, this is an every other year team. They do really good, then they do really bad. And then so I got the 49ers with the 3 seed. I think they're going to win the West.
Wow. That's spicy.
They do this every other year. That's just what they do.
It feels like things are falling apart out there.
Every other year, it feels like that. Then they do their thing. And then Shanahan will be the vaulted one again for a year. And then they'll, whatever. Who you got? 3 seed. Yeah. Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl for the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Yeah, you guys are cracking me up in the chat right now. All right, so 3 seed, I have Tampa Bay.
Okay. The Baker Brigade is on. Sure. MC's alert just went off. 4 seed. I'm taking a turn here. I got the Atlanta Falcons winning the South.
Okay. That's a surprise that I'm open to any side bet dealing with that. That's absurdly insane.
Hey, it's a weak division.
Have you seen Tampa Bay's wide receiver core?
Yeah.
They're loaded.
Okay.
Just my opinion.
Yeah, no, they're not. It's not an opinion. They have a loaded wide receiver core.
Seattle is my 4.
Ooh, now that's spicy.
That's not that spicy. Who else do you have winning that?
I have the Niners winning it. What do you mean?
I know, but who else besides the Niners or Seattle?
It could be the Rams. It could be anybody but Arizona in my mind.
I guess.
It could be. But the Rams, for me, is all tied to one guy, and it's Stafford. If Stafford plays, they're good. Stafford plays, you can draft Puka and Devontae, and they'll be great. Yeah. But if he doesn't play, what do you do?
So I'm calling that the Stafford thing is much worse than being, that they're
he broke
letting
his
out.
back like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
the fact that he's still playing is wild.
It's not a good situation.
Yeah.
I have Seattle.
Okay. We're wildly different except for the Eagles on this one. So for my 5th seed, I have the Vikings.
Okay, I have Washington.
That is my 6th seed.
Okay.
It's Washington.
Okay. I have the Detroit Lions as my 6th.
Okay. And I got the Buccaneers wrapping it up for the 7th seed.
Okay. Minnesota at 7.
Right. Just from a points perspective, obviously the seeding's different, but we have 5 of the 7 the same in the NFC, just different seeding.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the exact same in the NFC except for the 7th seed. Yeah. Not seeding wise, but same teams.
Same teams.
The only difference is you have the Raiders and I have the Browns.
You had Seattle in?
No, I didn't have that. We only had 5 of the 7 in the NFC.
Oh, you said AFC.
You have Green Bay and Seattle making it, and I don't. I have the Falcons and the Niners.
Yeah. Yeah. The only place, I don't really know who are the sleepers that could come out of the AFC and mess this up. Besides
Miami. Miami's a team that if Tua stays healthy, they're good. But what faith can you put in Tua being healthy? I can't put any. But if he is, if he plays 15 of 17, something crazy, they could be frisky.
Colts, not buying the Colts. Well,
no, I'm not buying the Colts either.
There's like nobody. It falls off a cliff in the AFC.
Like it does. And 2 years ago, it felt like any one of 10 teams had a legitimate shot out of the. Now that's dwindled down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are all saying. I know you want to say the Steelers, Kramer, but you know that I have highly bet that they will gone out on a limb and said this will be his first under 500 season.
Yeah. The thing that I keep circling back to with that team in particular, because their defense is going to be nasty. Make no mistake. Their identity is their identity. Aaron Rodgers playing under Arthur Smith is, he's going to go to the line and make changes, right? Like, that he's going to do what's called. Like, that's going to be a terrible relationship.
It's going to be a disaster, right? Yeah.
I just think that doesn't work. The defense, I can't argue, man. Their defense is going to be nasty.
Yeah, Stroud bounces back. I'm with you there. I have Houston winning that division easily. Yeah.
Who finishes second in the South? Just we don't have. Obviously, neither of us have a second team making the playoff from the South.
In the AFC?
Yeah,
the Colts.
You think the Colts finish second?
But I don't have them. I don't have any of those teams being any good except for Houston.
Yeah, same. That's my vibe. Division. I did all this off vibes right before the show, by the way. All this was just vibes for me.
Yeah, but I can't. Jags, hopefully, is terrible. Hopefully. But I
think Tennessee could be fun, but I don't think they're going to win many games.
No, they can be fun, but yeah.
It'll be the Calvin Ridley, Cam Ward show.
It could be. And they got to be careful what they do with Cam.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they could do real damage. They are close to being bad enough they could do real damage.
They could. I will say this, though, and just from purely analytical, just looking at the situation, over 2 years, they've revamped. That offensive line is way better than 2 years ago. They've done a lot of work on the offensive line, invested a lot there. I still, obviously I don't put them in an upper tier of offensive line play, but I think that's the best thing they can do for him right now is just do your best to protect.
Just be careful though, because
you can ruin. We know more than anyone. You can ruin a player.
Yeah,
it's not that difficult.
I think he's good. I think he's a special player, and just even in the preseason, there are times I'm like, God, this just is like, it's almost hanging on by a thread. Like, you want to I don't know.
But then he'll make a throw and you're like, what?
You're like, wow, that was really good. But he also is about to get killed at any moment.
It's so hard for them to switch that part of their brain, though. They always think they can make shit happen.
Yeah.
Because they've done it their whole life. So then you get to this next level and things are just that much faster. And you're still thinking, I can give me another half beat. I can make this happen. And that can land you in the hospital in this league.
It can. Bengals could also beat out. This is Will Lorick in the chat. Will is the man. Bengals could also beat out the Browns. Always have a chance when you have Burrow and those wide receivers. I agree.
100%.
You're gonna need some unknowns on the defense to play over their head a little. I don't think they can just outscore everybody.
No. No,
not in this NFL.
We saw this last year.
They
were awesome on offense. It wasn't enough.
How many years ago do you think they could have gotten away with this a little bit better? 6, 7 years ago?
Before Mahomes came into the league, yes.
Yes. You could have better gotten away with what they're doing. But since then, and especially last year, scoring way down, cover 2 up,
running the ball up,
in front of
grinding it out,
run the ball up. Yeah. The trend of the NFL is going away from this we can outscore you. And, there was the crazy games between the Rams and, and Goff and
the Chiefs, that Monday night game
that were shootouts.
It was like watching the Globetrotters play the Globetrotters.
Yes.
It was out of control.
But the leaning into the run the ball defense, now is the time to do that. Now, would I rather have Burrow? Yeah, but you get my point that it's hard to accomplish much with no defense.
Yes,
and a sketchy offensive line.
Yeah, and they just transitioned. Anarumo's in Indy right now.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they pulled a dude from college. We'll see what he's able to do.
I can't believe they rolling with Daniel Jones over Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson got a year.
Yeah, that was just poorly conceived plan. You draft a guy who has minimal experience. You have to worry. You're going to have to develop him, and you're going to take bumps and bruises to do that, and they just weren't willing to.
Right. So, what's the solution to this for the NFL?
We're past it because you slaughtered. Because the way the rookie contract works, it behooves teams to play their rookie quarterbacks because it saves money elsewhere. So these guys have to play right away. It's the whole point of drafting a rookie quarterback high.
I know, but Anthony Richardson, how old is he? He's under 25.
Yes.
There has to be a way. You can't just be his career's over. He came to the NFL too early. He never did it. But you can't get him playtime in the NFL. So, how do you do this? Go play in the UFL?
No, it's just over for the team that drafts him. It's over for the team because now he's got to go somewhere and be a backup.
But he has to play games to get better. He's never going to get better just standing there. He didn't play enough games in college to do it at this level. So he has to go somewhere and just play. He has not played enough football.
Yeah.
Where do you do that now that college is over?
Well, no, there's nowhere. But he has to go to the right team where he can actually learn in the room and not be swimming when he finally gets his opportunity. We've seen this with Geno and teams that dude bounced around forever and couldn't get on the field to prove that he'd even learned things. And by the time he finally got his opportunity, he was ready for it. But it's very uncommon, man. Teams fail quarterbacks more than quarterbacks fail teams when they come in this league by not having a proper plan or a proper nest around him. You know what I mean? When you see these rookies come in, it's unfortunate, man. We used to be able to do this. We used to be able to draft a guy in the first round and let him sit for a year, sometimes two. That's over, man. Unfortunately,
if you're the Colts, like, wouldn't it be nice, or should the NFL consider having like a rights deal where they can send him to play in the UFL and just play
and reserve his rights,
and retain his rights?
Yeah,
like because I think that, like, sometimes I guess that's an interesting question. Is it better off for them to sit and learn around an NFL guy, or to just go play? Like, in his case, I think it's to go play.
It's going to be different for each player, though. Some players are going to take to the learning, and that's going to be enough for them. Some players need the live reps, and they're going to have to learn trial by fire. But I think the most important thing is here, and it's twofold: stay in college until you're ready.
Right.
But they can't, because we get tool horny, and these guys got all these tools, and then you project to what he's going to be, and then when he doesn't get there, it's kind of your fault for fast forwarding his growth when he wasn't there yet.
So, like, the lesson here, and ultimately, it's probably going to be less of a problem moving forward because of NIL. Is that guys, you just stay until you've played enough football. But sometimes
I don't think NIL even applies to Arch Manning. He's not staying because of the money he's making in college. He's staying because
it has nothing to do with it.
I don't think for Arch, developed players it will. Arch is a different thing. He's got uncles that stayed extra years, and they preach being ready when you get there. Even Brady said it the year before last. We don't develop these quarterbacks,
right?
And it's true, man. It's unfortunate for some of these young men. Some of these young men are ready for the opportunity, even if they do come out early. It's case by case basis. But when you're dealing with a player that has the lack of experience that Richardson did, you should have expected those lumps, and not panic when they happened.
Couldn't you go through the league right now and pick out like 5 guys that you would be like, boy, if they could get a couple years of just playing at a high level experience under their belt, and then come back and learn the offense and work their way, like Joe Milton.
Yeah, perfect. But he also played a lot of. Did play college ball for a long time. But he has every physical tool you could have.
Right.
He just needs experience. But it's also like, what's the drop off as far as learning an NFL playbook versus a USFL playbook?
But you got a lot of NFL coaches over there.
No, you have some. But if you're the team with the rights, say you do draft him and you have the rights, you want that to be as apples to apples as possible for what he's learning.
That's what I'm saying. Like, does this at some point turn into like a G League thing? Like, would it just make sense for the NFL just to buy it and have some control over it?
A true feeder system,
a true developmental league.
Yeah.
Where you can have the coaches there, know what they're running, core principles. It's run like an NFL offense. It's run like an NFL defense. Because I think that, like,
start, but don't do it here. Do it in Europe. They want to build stuff over there so bad. Go get 6 teams, 8 teams, and then each team gets like so many representatives, and then you could do that. Yeah. That's the move, right? Then it doesn't affect anything here, as far as, because I know that it gets spread thin when there's football in the spring, and have a separate league over in Europe, and it's just it's a feeder team.
Yeah.
And it grows the game over there.
There are guys that come make it on 53-man rosters now from spring football. Right?
Yeah, but we're not the guys. We're not talking about the high-profile guys who just need more time to bake in the oven, basically. You know what I mean?
But, like, I don't know if you would do it in the spring, or do you just do it at the same time as football season? Like, how do you do that? Like, do you want, because, like, then, you got a guy who's playing football year round, basically.
For a year, if you're that guy who gets to graduate to the next level. Yeah, but that's what happens in college anyway. These dudes play till January or whatever. They're offered 2 a week, and then they're right into training. And so the rookies that come in this league have been playing for a year straight because they didn't quit training. You actually had to ramp up your training just to get to the combine, and it's pretty nonstop. It's exhausting. I don't know. I don't know how you work that out. I just think that that'd be the best way to structure it is do the league over in Europe, a developmental league. Yeah. And you grow that way. You grow the game over there, and you also get to groom coaches who get the like Joe Thomas went over and coached in Munich. You know what I mean? I think that that's the kind of the way you could do that. You could
have a fellowship
program with coaches.
Yeah.
And have it be an extension of certain teams, you know?
Yeah, there are many that could benefit from it.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, for a guy like Milton and Richardson, doesn't that make a ton of sense? Like, wouldn't you like to be at the end of like last year to have been able to like let him go get 12 starts?
Yeah.
Stallions.
Yeah, that'd be massive. Absolutely massive.
I mean, he came into the league with what, like 8-9 starts in college football, something like that.
I remember when Trubisky came in, it was like that dude played one full season basically.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, it's getting, because like I said, we're tool horny. We see these tools and we're like sort of extrapolating what it could be if everything went as right as it could possibly go. And then we overdraft these guys and then get mad when they're not great right away. It's like,
yeah, it's not going to be that way. Yeah.
He wasn't there yet. The tools were there. You recognize that part, but that doesn't just automatically mean the processing and everything else that goes into it, the recognition stuff.
You see the things that make it translate, right? Like that will translate, but it doesn't just happen, right? Like it has to. There's a process there.
It's nature versus nurture, and a lot of times when you're one of these guys who go in the top whatever, you're going to the worst teams anyway.
Yeah,
like that's just the way it works. So
yeah,
I don't know. Hopefully they don't give up on Richard. He gets opportunities to grow and mature, and you know, I would be rooting for him down the line if he got another opportunity and they actually developed him correctly.
Yeah, the Richardson thing is a weird case, and he'll probably end up playing some this year, but it's just an interesting. You know, him losing the job to Daniel Jones. I guess I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
So
it's because if you do take that risk, you got to be all in on it. You can't be half in on the plan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let him take the lumps, man.
Yeah.
Like Troy Aikman comes into the league and they win one game his rookie year. They didn't panic.
Mm-hmm.
The one game they won wasn't even him. It was Steve Berline. Like they went like 1-15. Let him take those lumps, man. Like that's part of the deal. Troy, like Peyton Manning threw a lot of touchdowns. He also broke the record for interceptions as a rookie, but they let him play through that.
Yeah,
people don't do that now. Everybody panics, wants to pull the hook. I don't know.
Interesting. All right, we got to get out of here. What you watching? You watching anything new?
I watched Peacemaker, first episode. Actually, second episode came out today. I'm going to watch Thunderbolts, which is on Disney Plus right now. I haven't watched it, but what I did watch is a movie I've been meaning to watch for years, and I just could never get around to it. Could never slot it in my life. And it came out, I believe, in 2019. Ford versus Ferrari. Have you seen this?
No.
Christian Bale, Matt Damon. Excellent movie, man. Excellent movie. Great story. Beautiful. I mean, obviously wonderful actors. Shot amazing. And I'm not a big race guy. You know, I don't know the history of Le Mans or, you know, anything like that. But it was enthralling, and I was meaning to watch it for a long time, and I finally got around to it, and I was very impressed by the movie.
Good. Yeah, I don't think that would be my jam, but either way, I like the actors. But
yeah, that's what got me. I was like, I've heard from enough people that I trust that it was a good story. But I think Christian Bale's in the conversation for the greatest actor of my generation. And I like Matt Damon and everything he's in, and personally, he's pretty cool in interviews.
I am Timu Carol Shelby.
Carol Shelby's Matt Damon's character.
Yeah.
The Shelby Mustang. If you've ever heard of that, he was the first American to win in Le Mans, I believe.
Yeah.
Which is a 24-hour race, which is absurd.
That's wild. Yeah.
It's an absurd thing to think about. But they switch drivers every so many hours, you know.
Anything else you're watching?
No, that's it right now. Like I'm going to watch Thunderbirds our Thunderbolts, and I'm going to check out episode 2 of Peacemaker at some point this weekend.
Peacemaker is the one you recommended.
Yeah, it's wild. And dude, there's a scene in the first episode you might not be ready for. If I would, it would.
I might not be
there's a lot going on. A lot of a lot of stuff there, man. Anyone who's seen it will know what I'm talking about too.
Do you know what I did watch that we talked about a while back? Bad Thoughts.
Oh, you finished it?
Yeah.
Did you watch that last episode with the gym membership?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Insane, dude.
Like, it's the most. They renewed that for season 2.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Insane, dude. Like,
yeah, so they gave Tom Segura too much. Like, do whatever you want. He's like, okay.
Yep.
You sure?
Yeah. Did you see where he showed his mom the episode?
Yeah, and she's like, give Netflix their money back.
Yeah.
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 Hey, you know what's while that you're saying this, Tom Segura is in my town right now tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's at the Peace Center tonight.
When they tell you we went and saw Adam Ray as Dr. Phil.
No, you told me you were going to. You didn't tell me you saw it. Was it everything you thought it would be?
Everything I dreamed of. And now he's doing these other. Now he's doing these other characters. Have you seen any of them?
Yeah, You Don't Want to Kill Tony. I've seen him do all kinds of characters.
Yeah, so he's taking them live now. I watched one last night. It was the funniest thing. Who's the guy, the mentalist guy from Hollywood whose wife fell off the yacht they were on for like 15 years ago? Bruce.
I don't remember.
Bruce Robbins. Yeah, he plays this guy. Oh my god!
Did he bring a special guest out with him?
Yeah, it was him. And the guy I knew is the guys I knew was going to be from Cleveland. Well, he brought out Turtle from Entourage because he lives in Cleveland. Yeah, and then
Jerry something.
Yeah, because they were like, I guess he lives in Cleveland or whatever. So, but the other comedians he brought out was what's his name? He does the Take Your Shoes Off podcast with the glasses. God. I can't think of his name right now. Anyways,
the name of the podcast doesn't ring any bells. Tell me anything else he's been on though, and I might be able to hit it.
It's not much. It's like in the world of comedians, you know. Who else did he have? I don't know. It was hilarious though. Rick Glassman is his name.
Okay. No, I know Rick Glass. I didn't know the name of his podcast, but I've watched it because I've seen Bill Burr on there.
Yep.
I've seen him on there.
So Glassman was funny, and he brought out him and his other buddy, who's not very famous, but he's on a lot of the podcasts with them. So they were hilarious. They had then they brought out Turtle, and they were like doing all this absurd stuff. But either way, the shows are absurd and it's absolutely hilarious. So
yeah, Turtle has a podcast with Matt Weinert.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
I'm going to see Nate Bargatze in November.
Yeah,
that's the next comedian I'm going to get to see.
Do I know his work?
Yeah, dude. He's the highest paid touring comic right now. He operates completely clean. He's a country dude. He's hilarious, dude.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. Easy. Just type Nate B in the Netflix. You'll see the guy.
All right. Yeah, but Bad Thoughts was Segura.
Oh my god, dude, it's so much. The last one, dude, that gym membership one is the most absurd thing I've ever watched.
I'm like, what is happening right now? Like with the shorts and stuff, like, and then he's like,
more frontal male nudity than you'll ever. It's not right.
Then he's like, he would do it all over again.
Yeah, it's like he downs like 3 shots right away of the thing.
Crazy, dude.
When he's laying in bed and it like zooms out and you see how it's so much. then he has to hack it off. It's anyone who saw it knows exactly what we're talking about, and it's too much, and you might not be ready for it. I'll just say that.
Yeah. It's hard to take.
Well, the very first skit when he's a sniper, like a spy sniper, like it goes off the rails right away. The first skit you get to see.
Yeah, but very funny at times.
Yes.
Good stuff from Browns week. Fun week.
Great stuff.
And more to come. Kenny Pickett is gone. The shirt. There it is.
We'll always remember you. We'll always have.
Big Dreams lives on in Las Vegas, the city of dreams. Well, it's not the city of dreams, but it's the city of what? Lights? No. What is it? The city of
I don't know, man. It's things that don't leave. Whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah, the city of sin in Sin City. Little baby hands Pickett will continue.
We might have to see him, bro. We might have to see him. We hope they don't pick up Brendan Rice.
It'll be a lot less than I saw him for the last 3 months. So that's good. Yep. And I'm fine with that. This has been another episode of All Eyes on Cleveland. Your 53 practice squad iteration, everything breaking all that down as we look at playoff picks. Dude, the season is a week away. Kickoff is this tonight, next week, right? Literally a week away.
1 week from tonight, yes, sir.
Yeah, 1 week from tonight. So keep it locked to BrownsFilmBreakdown.com and make sure you watch everything that we're putting out here on the network. Go subscribe. It's the link below. It's $10. It's worth every penny, and you will love it. My name is Brad Ward. That's Casey KInnamon. We're going to get out of here. Have a wonderful Thursday night, and go Browns.